Offering our humble obeisances and gratitude to Sri Sri Radha Govinda, Gauranitais, Narsingadev, Panchatatvas, Shat Goswamis and Adia Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vishnupadhaya Vishnapristhaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namaste Saraswati Deve Bhagavani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pasheta Deshatarini Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji devotees, welcome back to the class. Hare Krishna Tarini Mataji. Yes, as we are trying to discuss Bhagavad Gita days. Hare Krishna. The transcendental book which is gifted to all the people through our Acharyas. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada has offered us this divine book. All glories to our disciplic succession. Respectful obeisances to our spiritual masters with their blessings. Let us discuss further on chapter 13 onwards. As a quick revision, this is from chapter 10, just to check how much the little devotees are trying to remember. You can unmute yourself if you know the answer. Please, here comes a slide. Among the sun, Krishna says, I'm what?
Is the light.
Sun is the light, ma'am.
Agni.
Yes. Among the sun, we is saying it's a light, and among stars,
Moon.
Above the stars, it's
Moon.
yes, Hare Krishna. Krishna says his moon. Among demigods,
Indra.
Indra. Among Rudras,
Shiva.
among Yakshas,
Kubera.
Vera. Among Vasus,
Agni.
Agni. Now, among mountains, what is Krishna?
Meru.
Yes, Meru Parvat. And among great sages?
Chanting.
Great sages. Sages.
Bhrigu.
Narada. Okay, sages means Narada Muni, you know, right? He's a sage. Rishis. So, yes, vibration.
Om. Chant. Om.
Om. Sacrifices.
Himalayas. Chanting. Chanting. Chanting.
Chanting. Among immovable things.
Himalayas.
Himalayas. And among trees.
Banyan.
Banyan.
Banyan tree. Yes, Hare Krishna. Rest of the special qualities, opulences of Krishna will be revised in upcoming classes as well. Okay, and we saw in chapter 11, Krishna is giving a divine eyes for Arjuna. After receiving the divine eyes, he was able to see the very opulent, prideful, powerful form of universal form. And Arjuna sees so much of heads and number of arms, unlimited bellies, and everything is garlanded, scented also. You can see so many demigods praying singing the Vedic mantras, and Kauravas entering into the harmony. Some of his mouth are having fires vomiting out. Some are like having the canines very scary, and they see, okay, where is the face ending? There is no end. The unlimited, extending every corner is getting extended. It is being shown, which is very strong than our modern science. Universes are there. Arjuna bewilders, but at the same time, as a great devotee knows, he will pray, request Krishna, and offer obeisances. Yeah? And Krishna getting pleased by his devotee shows the four-handed form. Yes, Shankar Chakra Gada Hasta, and later he shows the two-handed form that will pacify Krishna. And in yesterday's chapter, Bhakti Yoga, as we were discussing, Arjuna was asking that different stages of God realization. Some people will be stuck in the first stage of God realization. Only Brahman they'll be worshipping. So is that good, or should we worship the form of yourself in devotional service? For that, Krishna says devotional service is the best. Every time he's been saying, right? And he is going to come and save us from the material ocean of birth and death. Every time we cannot cross it by ourselves. We just have to hold his lotus feet, and he's going to take care. And we even add a smaller, lighter discussion where Satyabhama was having so much of pride. She thought she's the richest and she has so much of wealth, so that wealth is more than Krishna himself. And Narada Muni also wanted to prove, and he took a chance that yes, Krishna is not a person who can be conquered. We cannot conquer Krishna, but he will be like very pleased by devotees, and he will come to devotees, but no one can. He is called as Ajita. No one can conquer. And once this is happening, Satyabhama will realize she's getting so much of wealth, dumping on one corner of this balance. No, this is not happening. It is not at all going down. Krishna is down. What to do? Then Rukmini Devi will help Satyabhama, realizing that devotional service, bhakti, the pure love and affection will please Krishna. That is more and more stronger, heavier, powerful than the wealth and the riches. Yes, Tulsi is been offered, and that will lift the Krishna up. Tulsi will go down, showing that bhakti, pure devotion can attract Krishna. Now, welcoming you all for chapter 13, Kshetra, Kshetrapriya, Vibhaga Yoga, nature, the enjoyer and the consciousness. In this chapter, we'll be discussing 4 points, importantly for kids level 1. Whoever is interested to read, please raise your digital hand. Yes, Hare Krishna Shri Kalyan.
Yes, ma'am. Arjuna wanted to know, who are we? Who is the enjoyer? What is nature, Prakriti? What is knowledge? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. So, first question is, who are we? Is understanding, yes, we are a part and parcel of Krishna, but still, can we get more information? And who is the enjoyer? Why is all this happening? Who is controlling everything? And whatever we see in nature, all the material existence, what is that? And what is the true knowledge? Arjuna wants to know more on these details. Yes, As a quick recap, who are we?
The part of the
soul.
soul. The soul.
Soul. Do you remember we are not this body, we are dash.
We are the soul.
Soul.
We are
The
the
body of the
Jiva.
soul.
We
Jiva.
are the soul. We call it a spirit soul, okay? Now, we are the soul and we have got this body. Okay, we'll try to understand in the upcoming levels. Let's concentrate on different types of bodies now. Everyone knows that we have the body, right? Okay. Now, in this body, Hare Krishna. In this body, we can classify it as 3 types. You can see in the picture that one of the body is called as gross body, made up of ether, water, earth, fire, and air, right? And this we can touch. Someone if ask, this is gross body, means whichever we are able to touch the material body, that is the gross body. If someone asks, okay, for a small kids, they'll point out and label the part, right? Parts of the body, nose, eyes, ears. Then they can point out and say, okay, this is the one that they can touch, they can feel. But when it comes to the subtle body, second type of the body which we have got is the subtle body. Okay, that subtle body, if someone asks, do you have mind? Do you have intelligence? You can't point out, yes, I have my mind inside, or you cannot pull your intelligence out and show. This is very, very subtle. And if someone says, if he has got so much of ego, if someone says that, yes, he is most heavier person, we can weigh and check. But ego, we cannot take into the weighing balance and check. That is all very subtle. We cannot touch them, but their presence will make so much of difference in our activities. Okay, and in real who are we? We are the soul, and soul is having a very divine property coming from Sri Krishna himself, that is Sat Chit Ananda, eternal. Chit means full of knowledge, Ananda means blissful. Yes, let's repeat what are these types. First one, gross body.
Gross body.
Gross body.
Gross body.
Gross body.
Next, the subtle body.
The
The
Subtle body.
subtle body.
We are soul.
We are soul.
Soul.
Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Just as we have discussed earlier, a quick representation of the same pictures. See, the soul has got the body. When body is little old and all, what does it do? It is going to change the body and take up a new body. And in the new body, the baby body, it grows as a young child, adult, then as an old person, and it dies. At the time of death, again, it is taking another. Hare Krishna. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let's continue. Who are we? We have seen we are not this body, or spirit souls. And next question, can we see the soul? Or what is the size of the soul?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
In our heart.
It's in our heart, but I cannot see the soul, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The size of the soul is 1 by 10,000 times the tip of the air. And what is the best property of the soul? Always.
It will change one body to other body.
Yeah, at the time of the death, it is going to change from one body to the other body. And we cannot cut the soul. We cannot wet the soul or burn the soul. It is always Satchidananda. As already told, after death, what happens to the soul? It is going to migrate to another body. And now, soul is always asking for the food. I want food, give me food. What is the food for the soul?
Chanting.
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 What should I chant?
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mahamantra.
Krishna Mahamantra.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And while chanting, our mind and intelligence will be very, very sharp. Like, mind will be having right amount of knowledge. How? Because Krishna will give us the knowledge. Krishna is told in chapter 10, right? Tesham Satata Yuktanam, right? And whatever ignorance is there is going to take away. With that right intelligence, we can control our mind and the senses. Later, the body, the chariot, what is compared to a chariot will be in possession. It is not going wherever it wants. When it is in our control, the soul also will be happy, right? So yes, now how to understand this better? Some of the habits we see. Okay, just take few seconds. Look at all these images one by one. All these images are representing a good behavior or the bad behavior.
Bad behavior.
Bad behavior.
Behavior. This is all prohibited. We should never do this, like eating junk foods or consuming the alcoholic or betraying someone, bullying someone, cheating or being lazy and doing some nonsense to some other set of people, making them nose, pranking them or smoking. All this are bad habits or bad behavior. When we are doing something very bad, our heart will be like beating so fast, the heartbeat, the pulse can be felt. When a robber is trying to rob, he'll be checking, oh, is there someone? Is there someone to check? He's like, oh, no one is there, but still he's scared. Why? Because inside the Paramatma will be saying, you are doing wrong. Paramatma keeps saying, but are we listening? No, we see there is no one, let me steal. At that time, what happens? We'll take the money and go, or do. Bad people, right? And when investigation is there, they'll get to know, oh, he is the culprit. Put him behind the bars, jail him for 6 months or 6 years. Then he has to suffer inside a jail. He doesn't have any freedom. He cannot work. He cannot be happy. And he's just like a bird in a cage. So it is very difficult for him. What is this? Hare Krishna Manastami, please read.
Investigation. Vikaram ends in punishment. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Vikarma ends in punishment. Vikarma means vinasha, bad activities, dushkrutinas. All those things will end up in punishment. We have to suffer. So we should be careful. What am I doing? What should we do then? Just like these kids, can we also start cleaning our plates, arranging our slippers? This is a school, okay? Before and then in Gurukul system, there was no person called as peon. Every kid used to clean their own dormitories, whatever was given. And they used to even arrange for the class, desk, everything. As soon as we get up, we should fold our bedsheet, then go fresh up, right? First thing we do is we'll offer pranams to Guru and Gaurangas. That is there. Are we practicing it? All this sattvic food which has been offered to Krishna and now it has become prasadam. We can take milk, is a wholesome food. It's a completely nutritious food. Every one of us should take 1 glass of milk at least. Prabhupada also used to take 1 glass of milk before the bed. And it's very, very healthy. Little warm, it should be not very cold, not very hot. Krishna book. Always read Krishna book before sleep. Have a good set of books, transcendental books to read. Help your parents to clean. Join the team for Sankirtan, learn rhythm, kartala and harmonium, chanting, offering prayers to Tulsi Devi and all the Vaishnavas. See, all these are good habits. At least do we have one of this? Either of one? Do we have the good habit?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. No, even if at all you're thinking you don't have, just think, you started chanting. Then all this will be taken care. Krishna will give us the intelligence and Krishna will provide us all the chances to start all these good habits. Now, we see a knife. This is a normal knife. Just by looking at the knife, are you scared at looking at this knife now?
No,
No, ma'am.
no, ma'am.
No.
When
Now,
we start using it.
now if a person comes like this, are you scared?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'll also be very scared. No? What happens at that moment? But the same knife, if it is in the hands of doctor, will you be so scared?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll be
Yes,
scared
ma'am.
in the hands of doctor also?
Yes,
Ma'am.
not that much, but yeah.
Will not be scared that much. But it is pointed, now that will be scared. But when it comes to thief or a robber, will be like panicking, shouting, will be calling for help. When doctor comes, maybe we know, maybe our injection will hurt us. Then we'll be feeling, oh no, it might hurt. But why is doctor using an injection or a surgical blade or any kind of cutting instrument to,
For safety.
yeah, for making the patient healthy? So we know that. Then we'll be like not shouting out and pushing him away. What we do is we'll be like trying to cooperate, but when it is a thief, we'll be like panicking, running hither and thither. So our consciousness is the one which will help us to differentiate whether I'm crying or whether I'm laughing, whether I should run away. It is because of consciousness. Uh, Consciousness is very, very important. Without consciousness, that is a symptom of the soul. If soul is there, consciousness is there. If soul is not there, consciousness is not there. Hare Krishna. Yes, Meda, please read.
Who is the enjoyer? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
who is the enjoyer? We all know that
Our Krishna.
our dear Sri Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Yeah, you're right. When thieves are there, we'll panic, and doctor is there, we are little more calmer. And you know, whatever is there around us, first of all, we know we are the spirit souls, we are not this body. And for the spirit soul to work in this body, there's so much of prakriti available, right? Even the spirit soul is also prakriti in one nature, you know. Whatever is living, whatever is built in the material world for the enjoyment of Sri Krishna is called as the nature or prakriti. Whatever is created for the enjoyment of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is called as prakriti. Now in this prakriti, the material nature, we have got three types. Okay, one is sattva guna. Hare Krishna, Meera, please read. Meera, please read.
Sattva Guna.
Sattva Guna, mode of goodness.
Raju Guna, mode of passion. Tamo Guna, mode of ignorance.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Meera and Meera. And now sattva guna, mode of goodness. It is number one. Number two, below that is rajoguna. Below that, very low, is tamoguna, mode of ignorance. What are these modes? Why are these modes important? Why are we discussing? They are representing the Maya Devis. Who are Maya Devis? They are the workers for Krishna. And what they do, they will check what these people are doing. If someone is doing bad, they will come and control. What is bad? Going away from Krishna. Then they'll come and control. If at all we are surrendering to Krishna, they will leave us free. In case we are not surrendering to Krishna, we are like these puppets. We are in the hands of Maya Devi. However they punish, we have to suffer because we are not completely surrender to Krishna. Once a devotee surrenders to Krishna, is a liberated soul, is liberated from the material modes and their clutches, they can be free. How to understand what is this goodness, ignorance, and passion? Mode of goodness, people try to work for the good cause. Even if they want to make money, they'll choose something which is very good job, selling vegetables, fruits, agriculture, and so on. But mode of passion, people spend their money, waste the money. Okay, not spending, they waste their money to prove that they are the rich people. They are very, very passionate to show that they are having money. They do so many things. When it comes to ignorance, now people do all bad activities. They don't know what is good, they don't know what is bad, they're completely ignorant and they do bad activities. So yes, even these three modes are in this particular state, whether it is goodness, passion, or ignorance. Hare Krishna. Sri Kalyan, please read.
Yes, ma'am. What is knowledge? Knowledge, the difference between matter and knowing the difference between matter and spirit. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, Bhagavad Gita gives the pure knowledge which is not been given in our textbook. There's so much of other knowledges, material knowledges, yes, they're also required. In Vedas also it is told, you have to learn the spiritual knowledge and the material knowledge. Spiritual knowledge for the spiritual up development, that is the first and the supreme goal. Second is to leave the minimal requirement also we have to learn. That knowledge also is not completely given these days, no? Yes. But yeah, let's focus on the real knowledge. What is it? I'm not this body. I'm not just a matter. My body is made up of earth, fire, water, ether, and air. But beyond that, I've got the subtle body and I am the soul. Yes, we all are spirit souls. We are the subtle body and we have the gross body as well. Okay. Now, in the soul also, there are two souls. Okay, we are going little deeper now. There are two types of souls. One is a soul which is different in each of us. Like my soul is different from the Kelin soul and the Sri Kalyan soul. But everything is part and parcel of Krishna. It is called as Jiva Atma, spirit soul. Okay, in every living being there is a soul which is different from every other living being. Okay, that is Jivatma. And now we have got the Paramatma, the super soul, is also there. See here, the small dot represents the Jivatma, which will be different from one person to other person, and the super soul will be common. It will be there in everyone. Okay. Is that point understood? Is there any doubt in that point?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. If at all you have doubt, you can type in the chat box or you can raise your hand. Okay. If you're typing in, please continue typing in the question. It will be answered in some time. If I don't know the answer, I'll check from our teachers. So we know now we are the spirit souls, and we the spirit souls have always got the company of Sri Krishna. You know, Sri Krishna is always there with us. We are never alone. Paramatma is there inside. Super soul. See, Jivatma is a spirit soul. Paramatma is the super soul. Everyone has got, like, yes, Aditi, Akhil, Anirudh, Yovan, Manaswini, Meda, Sanvi, Sahana, Sahara. All of us have got different spirit soul, but all of us have got the same super soul, Paramatma. Krishna is accompanying us in super soul form, four-handed form, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, standing on the lotus flower. And what does this do? Why do we have super soul and the spirit soul? Spirit soul is working one. Okay, it is going to decide what it is going to do. Then Paramatma will sanction. Okay, you can do. Okay, even if you are speaking, doing something, or just lying down, or completely sleeping, thinking about something, that is all the activities done by the spirit soul. Paramatma will be seeing each and everything what we are doing, what we are thinking, what we are going to do. Everything he is going to witness. Just like these two birds. One bird is trying to eat the fruit, other bird is saying, okay, what is this bird doing? It is eating the fruit, whether this fruit is good or bad. Sometimes when we see, not all the fruits we can eat, some fruits will be poisonous also. Okay, at that time, what this other bird does, this says, okay, spirit soul, this is a spirit soul, this is a Paramatma, okay? This keeps saying, look, this is a poisonous fruit, you should not eat. It always says, but it will not force us to do or not to do. It will give us a freedom. You can decide. Now the Paramatma will be witnessing, will be seeing, and it will be knowing what we are thinking, what we are doing, and all. But then the spirit soul, if it does not listen, he will be doing all the bad activities. If he is listening to Paramatma, he will get elevated, get promoted to the higher levels. If he is in Tamoguna, he will go to passion. Passion too, he can go to goodness. That will also be helpful if at all we are taking the help of bona fide spiritual master. We should surrender to acharyas. From there we can learn. Not every time we are able to hear the Paramatma, even though he's saying we are not so pure as of now. Okay, so we have to take the surrenderance to the lotus feet of our acharyas and they will guide us. Yes. So the brief summary of the slide is, we have the spirit soul which is trying to work, think, act, and everything is been seeing. Someone is keeping the eye, watching it. That is our Paramatma always. And he sometimes says this is good and sometimes says it is bad based on what we are doing. Okay, but it does not force us nor compel us. You should do like this. No, he's giving us the freedom to do and think. Yes. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Hare Krishna, Kilin, please read.
Real problems: body, birth, old age, disease, and yama, death. Temporary problems: food, shelter, and clothing. Food, water, shelter, clothing, basic needs. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. You know, there are some problems. We can be classifying them as real problems and the temporary problems. Temporary problems means what? If someone does not have food, some devotees are sharing Krishna Prasadam. You know, there is ISKCON Mayapur, and they also started the distribution of Prasadam. And few devotees give the shelter as well. Or you can see even some other companies, some other organization also giving food, shelter, clothing. That can be balanced, you know. Actually, Krishna has given more than required. We are the ones. What happens? Some people are taking more food and throwing away, and some people are not getting. Actually, Krishna has given for everyone. We are the one who are wasting it. Okay, and that can be handled. Temporary problems. Okay. But then what is the real problem? It is associated with body. Real problems are associated with material body. The acronym B for birth, O for old age, D for disease. We know, right? Everyone has to take birth and they have to get old. They cannot say, oh, I'll be as a youth, I'll be an adult always. No. As the body is aging, the old age will attack the person. He has to suffer. Even the disease will come. I cannot always say I am the healthiest person. Do you know anyone who has never got the headache or nor got the fever?
No, ma'am. Everyone will get.
Everybody has it.
Whoever has got the body, definitely they have this disease problems. And at the time, at the end moment, everyone is going to die. No one is going to remain here eternally. We don't know any example. As of now, do we see a person walking around and his age is 500 years, some other person 5,000 years? No, this is not possible. Especially Kali Yuga, age will not cross more than hundreds, right? So yes. These are real problems which should be focused on. How should I get out of these real problems? How should I stop again taking birth, taking death? See? So, and here little focus on the slide here. Picture. See, super soul is there. Paramatma and the spirit soul is also there. Okay? Small dot, bright dot, A spirit soul, Paramatma is also there in all. Okay, when it is not there, it's a dead body, and it's going. How a person changes a dress, just like that, the soul changes the body. We are the soul, we are changing the body, life after life, until we surrender to Krishna. See, the face of a baby is very attractive, everyone likes to play with, but old age, no one likes. It is painful, right? Hare Krishna, Sri Kalyan, please repeat the translation.
Yes, ma'am. One who sees super soul equally present everywhere in every living being does not degrade himself by his mind. Thus he approaches the transcendental destination. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Yes, but then why do we have this bigger question? You know what is the answer? What is this happening? Manaswini, please read. And you can all type in. Now the chat box is open. Why is this happening across the world?
Violence, war, public unrest, terrorism. Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Why is this happening? Violence, war. Why is this terrorism? What do you think? Please type in the chat box, everyone. Let's take up your opinions. Yes, as some people are saying, it's jealousy. Sometimes, yeah, we see people are getting jealous and they're trying to spoil others' property to save their own countries. They feel only their country should be protected. They are in ignorance actually. How they can protect by killing someone else or some other country, right? We should all know what is the real thing. Thanks for your answers. Keep typing in. Yeah, most often we are using the word jealousy. People are getting away from the supreme personality of God, and it makes them think they are God, and that's why they fight for the little title. Yes, Hare Krishna, thank you so much, very well. Really. Yes, they are in Maya illusion, very much true. Keep typing in your answers. In the meantime, we'll check a small story. Why are we suffering, or why are all these people suffering? Okay, they're arrogant, very much right. A story time. There was a king who was very, very talented, who was very, very studious, and always reading, writing. And what you understand, reading, writing means not the material knowledge. Okay, he was trying to read and write the scriptures. Okay, scriptures are the righteous knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, those things. And his guru will also be very happy. Okay, this kid does on himself. Even if I'm going away, he can manage. So one day he's going to the pilgrimage and he's saying, yes, Hare Krishna, telling, please read. Hare Krishna, telling, you're able to unmute yourself. Hare Krishna, Manaswini.
I am going for pilgrimage. Hare
Yeah.
Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, thank you so much. His teacher says, Guru, I'm going for pilgrimage. You can continue reading. So the boy will be very happy. I've got the good time to read. And he starts, okay. Oh, and yeah, when he starts reading, there's scriptures, other books, and a rat is entering. At that time, he's saying, oh, rat has come, what to do? I'll get a cat because cat will catch the rat and rat is off. He can sit and read. So he'll think, okay, if I get a cat, I'll get away from this rat problem. So he gets the cat, he sees cat is keeping the rat away. Some happiness he gets. Yes, he's very happy at that moment. And after sometimes, you know what happens? Cat will ask, Hare Baba, give me some milk. You got me. I've killed your rat. I'm now hungry. Give me the milk. And all his happiness will go now. He keeps thinking, one time I keep the milk, again it says meow, meow, meow. After half an hour again, meow, meow, meow. What is to do? He thinks, I cannot get milk every time from the far place. I'll get the cow. He will have the easy access to milk. Cow will give milk. He can give that to cat and he can read. He's thinking that way. Okay, he's thinking. Please keep typing in the chat box as well. And at some time, cow will be asking, give me some grass now. Like you always want the milk. How will I give back the milk without any food? Please give me some grass. And he says, okay, take some grass. But every time he's not able to get the grass. Right? So he thinks, what am I supposed to do now? I'll get married. Once I get married, the wife will be there. She will take care of the cow, cat, milking, getting the grass for the cow, everything. But then what happens? They'll have one child. Yeah, they're going selfish. He's going selfish. Then after one child, he thinks a child in the forest cannot play alone. He wants another child. Then after some time, he's having so many other animals, so many childs, and he's also becoming old. No? Yeah. Just like this person who has got this huge family. He's the person and he's related to everyone, okay? From him, the entire set of people have come up. And Guinness World Record is also done. Just imagine what exactly that person started before. He wanted to get rid of cat, but he got cat, he got cow, he got wife, everything, and he forgot. He didn't read at all. He started feeling very bad. So why am I suffering? Because of the karma. What is karma? Because of our own actions. What am I doing? If the rat was there, I should hold the rat or throw it away from the house. If at all you're not able to do so, you are like feeling, yeah, it is also animal, I should give it food. Keep it separate food for it. You know, Prabhupada says if at all there is a lizard or a cockroach in the house, even that has to be given food. That is a Vaishnava etiquette. Otherwise, you should maintain so much of cleanness. They will not stay in the house, but you should not make them starve. Okay. So now, if you are giving the food and keeping away, that was also like okay. If you are completely getting the rat away, that was fine. But getting the cat, again getting the cow, getting the grasses, getting into clutches, you know, the lock, everywhere it is a lock. We should use our mind very, very carefully. We should use our intelligence very, very carefully and control our mind. It is because of our karma, right? Hare Krishna, Kirim, please read.
Is there a solution for all the problems?
Is, do we find there is any solution for all these problems?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Mataji.
What is the solution? You already know the solution.
Chanting
Chanting the holy name of the Lord.
Chanting Mahamantra. Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Let's all unmute ourselves and chant one time, starting with Panchatattva mantra. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadara, Shri Vasadi, Gaura, Bhakta, Vrinda.
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Yes. Yes, Sri Kalyan, you may please read.
Yes, ma'am. Krishna is God, the supreme personality of Godhead. He is a person. He has a Shyam Sundar form. Krishna is asati chid asati
Sat,
CHIDANANDA.
yes, it is Sat Chit Ananda. Sri Kalyan will repeat, please repeat after. Sat
Sat
Chit
Chid
Ananda. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Yes. Now, after every time we are realizing it's Krishna is a person, is a supreme enjoyer, is a controller, and he's created all this Prakriti for his enjoyment, and is a Sham Sundar form. He has a Sham Sundar form, very, very attractive, always Satchidananda Vigraha. Okay, now we'll thank our Acharyas for giving us this understandings. Let us all join our hands. Whoever knows, please join the hands to the prayer.
One.
Vanchakasataruvyascha sindhuvyascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Krishna
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada.
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.